Hey guys, Knox here. I want to show you my Assa 700 and the key that I ended up making for it. So I'm going to take you through. I wish I had recorded it, but I didn't know it was going to end up being a success, or else I would have. But anyways, yeah, totally working, all 7 chambers. It's a little hard to turn, but actually it has nothing to do with the pins. The oval, if you can see the spacing, is actually warped. So, yeah, so I'm going to give you the story of this Assa and everything else, and all the different keys I tried. So, if you don't know the story, this came with an eBay listing with supposed Bosnian Bill locks. Okay, so I ended up winning the lot. Unfortunately, when it came to me, it didn't even have this C-clip on the back, no pins, literally the core, the plug fell right out of the Bible. So I had to, not that I shouldn't have one anyways as a lock sporter, but I had to, had to end up buying one of those, a little set of C-clips. So I had a basic functional lock, but you really want a key. So after about a solid year, I had this lock for about 16, 18 months. After a solid year of actually looking for a key, I had a lot of good help through Lockpickers United. JD, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate your help. He's able to get the keyway down and the reverse, and even gave me the listing of somebody in Brazil. Just they didn't have, they had the normal keyway, not the reverse that I needed. Anyways, looking through all the locks that I own, I figured there had to be some lock with a reverse, and I was having trouble finding one. And I was like, you know what? I wonder if a sledge. This is a SC19. Unfortunately, only from behind, but it actually fits. So I tried to. I mean, it already has been cut. That wasn't my doing, but being it fits directly into the keyway, I wouldn't have to make any real mods to the core of it. To the core of the key. It would just be a matter of lengthening it. So cutting off some of the brass on the top. Back to using one of my new Jimmy Long's diamonds here as a pointer. Awesome. But it'd just be a matter of shaving off some of this brass and letting it slide in. But unfortunately, even at its best, I shaved down and everything, I'd maybe be able to get 5 chambers. And you don't want that. It's an Assa 700, for Christ's sakes. So, that wasn't really good for me, but it was a start. So, next step that I found. I had this Yale. Now, this is a Yale Y1 6 pin. Now, this is the normal way in. It's a little warped and funny, but it makes its way. So this was the one I was thinking it was going to need a lot of shaving. Obviously I was going to have to remove, this part so it could slide in better. There in the bottom. But honestly, I hate Yale. I can't stand Yale keyways. Even though they're totally different keyways, I get that. But I don't know, I just didn't want to destroy this one. This one has the grub screws, and I'm going to make that into a challenge lock, so I didn't want to ruin the only key I had. But that was on standby, about to be. So the final solution I came across, believe it or not, was a key that did not fit at all to this lock, and it was a Corbin 5-pin. So, okay, here's the Corbin in action. Turns fine. Okay. The same key, try to put it into the Assa. When I tell you, not even close. Like, I'm not just doing this for, like, dramatic effect or whatever. I mean, that's about as best as I can kind of wedge it in. Now, I know you're thinking, oh, so what? You shaved off a little bit under here. No. Here, this is where we do the comparison test. Oh, just so you, so you know, even with everything removed, You can see I had to cut down the guard or whatever on the top. But of course, it still works with the Corbin. Okay, so here's the. I just got to make sure I don't push it all the way into the. That would be to the 7-pin Assa. So pull it one little click out, and it still turns. So it still works on the Corbin. But from now on, this will forever really be the Assa key. So after grinding it down, or grinding the keyway down a little bit, it still wasn't really enough to fit into the keyway. So really, I mean, for right now, these are just, I mean, if you could see, I had the little markings where I would shave the pins down for chamber 6 and 7. But for right now, it's just cut to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually, the front one might be balancing on the front tip. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I did this all last night, or should I say early this morning. So I made the markings when I had the chamber, or the core exposed, the plug out. So I had the old Sharpie. So with the Sharpie, I look down the chambers and I make little marks as to where I'm going to make the eventual key pin cuts. But for right now, they're I guess 0 lifts, if that's what you want to call it. But like I said, in this core, the pins are actually very long for that 0. Like that's a, and again, any stickiness, you know, it's not due to the pins or to anything. The actual sorry, I'm used to playing the other side of the camera. The actual plug is warped right there. So I was gonna sand it down a little bit. I mean, I did sand it down a little bit, but I don't want to, you know, make it so that it's too warped in any direction or coming up short. But I like this was the Resurrection project that was giving me not a lot of trouble. If by a lot of trouble you mean just pestering people on Lockpickers United, yeah, sure, that sense, lots of trouble. But one night of being a little MacGyver with a little bit of my Dremel tools, this was the last one to polish off the sharp spurs on the guards here. You don't want that biting into your keyway, and at the same time, you want to remove as little as possible. I thought about shaving it all the way up to in here, which I mean wouldn't be the end of the world, but at the same time, you know, I don't want stress to end up breaking this key. You know, after making it substantially, I'll show it to you. I mean, I already showed it to you, but when you see them side by side. I said this one still works in the Corbin, but the Corbin does not work in the Assa. You can see I really had to thin that down and really had to chisel off some of the profile. I mean, you can see the pin profile is identical. I haven't changed any of the pinning. But I mean, I did have to, I guess the one on top would be the ideal one to look at. I mean, I did cut it down so that it would fit, and the bottom completely off so that it wouldn't catch when it turned in the cylinder. But yeah, I'm stoked, dude. I had to hurry up and make this video. Sorry that it's going on and it's not exactly prepared or prompted good, but I've been making this key for hours, and like I said, all the different ideas from backwards keys to I mean, you name it, I was thinking about trying it over here. So just the fact I actually carved one down and I now have a fully functional Assa, I just need the pins. Alright, now to start tracking down the pins. It's always something, right? Forever gonna be something. A pick, a lock, a project, but that's the point, man. It's all about the fun. So, yeah, there we go. We have an Assa 700 fully restored. So, well, not without the pins. Alright, restored with a key. There you go. Nice edit. Restored with a key. So this is Knox telling you, or reminding you, anything is possible when everything is unlockable. Thanks, guys.